I'm about to confess something. Something to you that I thought I would never share with another living soul for as long as I exist. Yet, here for my own sanity and my own health perhaps as well, it is time I come clean about myself and what I have done. And if this changes your opinion of me, I only ask you try to understand my perspective on this story. To avoid any further needless delays, it is time to cut the camera beam. I became addicted to Azur merch, and eventually ship making too. One purchase led to another, then I started buying lots, entire lots, and it got even worse. I began to have only the finest models possible. Now, I know what you're saying. This is a joke. This is a meme. Or something like that. No! You may find as mere silliness. For me, an addiction. A curse, if you will. And as soon as I thought, hey! Bismarck's launch day is Valentine's Day at the same time. Convenient. I should make a video to honor her. Buy a plush, I thought. Build a model, I said. It might help inspire me to what Bismarck is and was for the video. Well, it became a curse that tortures me. At this point, will I even be able to find a way beyond this addiction? Or will more and more boxes delivering even more Bismarcks just keep coming? Now, since we have an understanding, and I'm going to try and review Bismarck, and try to get her off of my mind. So I need you to come on this journey with me. I can finally be rid of this curse and move on with my life. So with that said, here we go. When she first came out, there was two things that really just truly held her back. And, well, actually, I'll be honest, it was mainly one thing. Her own faction. Her skills are not exactly bad back then, but it was just, they were trying to make something work that didn't really want to work all that effectively. It's clear that at her release, at least, she was meant to be ran with Tirpitz and Graf Zeppelin to try and help Graf Zeppelin and Tirpitz be a little bit better than they were. And well, in the end, that wasn't exactly anything fantastic compared to what other factions could achieve. So even though she came in with a relatively high 423 base firepower stat, pretty healthy health pool, 8700 HP, 8762 to be precise. But there is one other thing that does still hold her back a little bit even to this day. Her barrage is, well, it's kind of like throwing cuddly kittens at your opponent and hoping that, I don't know, maybe they just dive and going, aww. But now there is the modern day Bismarck. And things have changed for her. The fortunes for Iron Blood as a whole have changed, as you'll of course be seeing in the background within the exercise. Bismarck works a bit better now, mainly because Peter Strasser came out, Graf Zeppelin received buffs, and well, there's also Odin and Mama Freddy, as we all like to call her, that have come out. What I'm basically saying is better options to pair with Bismarck have occurred, and with the newer, better Iron Blood carriers, her carrier-focused abilities that are on Bismarck now actually have a use instead of just kind of staring you in the face and making you wish they had a use, unlike back in the old days. And well, to that extent then, her abilities are as follows. She has Wehrhot, where the first salvo round of each main gun volley is guaranteed to critically hit. When equipped with a light cruiser gun in the secondary slot, increase its detection range and shooting range to 90, but decrease its damage dealt by 35%. The reduction in damage dealt may be a bit but you know, that's good range. It means she's more likely to start hitting things that are up in the front. This has its uses. It's neither here nor there, at least in my opinion. And then she has unwavering strength when sorted as flagship, mind you. She will increase the damage dealt by Iron Blood carriers by 20%. This is very good nowadays, thanks to Iron Blood carriers not being complete crap. When she fires her main gun, a 70% chance to fire a special barrage. The barrage is what's frankly complete crap, though. And then last but not least, Wheel of the Iron Blood. Increase the critical rate of main guns, torpedoes, and aircraft by 20% and reload by 12% for Iron Blood ships. Again, we can see how well she increases damage for Iron Blood carriers and crit rate for Iron Blood carriers. So, second verse, same as the first. This has gotten better with time, thanks to better Iron Blood carriers coming out. And then, of course, she increases damage dealt by torpedoes by 40%. That part is kind of neither here nor there. Also, in of itself, it's definitely become dated. It's just much better options to be running with your biscuit these days. Sorry! So, putting all that aside then, if that's Bismarck's abilities and that's her overall stats, I mean, there's things to like and there's things that definitely can make you go, well, I wish that was better. But then recently, with the better Iron Blood carriers, she feels like she stands out a bit better and actually has a little more of a vibrancy to her abilities and how they will synergize with Peter Strasser and or Graf Zeppelin. But that barrage is always coming back to haunt her. Why can't she have a better barrage, mon you? Why? But that's not what we're here for, to complain. Now then, how do I build Bismarck? Pull that up onto the screen here. This is one of the two different ways I'd build her, and of course there's one right underneath is another way you could build her. Everything you see on the screen, largely interchangeable with themselves. If you don't want to use, the radar or don't have one that you see on screen, you could just interchange it with a black shell or something like that instead. If you don't have the auxiliary gun I have on screen right here, you could just interchange this with, to be entirely honest, with like maybe a Belfast gun if you don't have particularly good options laying around for yourself. But, either way, this is how I prefer to build my biscuit. Do try to get a stack or at least a Haze Mayor on her. And again, that's kind of a general rule of thumb for pretty much all battleships and battle cruisers, but still, I feel that there's a need to point it out. I think these are the ways I would go about using good old Biscuit. And if you follow this way of using her, you too can bake the best biscuit in all the world. Alright, finally, I have this done. It's time to render this and, just get it on up and out there. What just happened to me here? I don't understand. Wait, what is this? Well, I mean, I guess it wouldn't hurt to see what this is. Ah, yes, classic Nanners. For some reason, I keep wanting to watch this video. Just so addicting. Nanners never ceases to impress. Although, wait, there's... Oh, why do I have this up? Didn't I already... I thought I already had one. Well, I mean... Maybe forget? I guess it wouldn't... hurt.